Hovering over the beaches in Sydney, drones are looking to spot one of the world's deadliest predators, the great white sharks. They scan for the flick of a tail, the swish of a fin, or a shadow slipping through the swell. Australia's oceans are teeming with sharks, with great whites topping the list of species that might fatally chomp a human. Undeterred, Australians flock to the sea in huge numbers, with a 2024 survey showing nearly two-thirds of the population made a total of 650 million coastal visits in a single year. Many beach lovers accept the risks. Increasingly crowded waters and rising ocean temperatures that appear to be swaying sharks' migratory patterns may be contributing to an escalation in attacks despite overfishing depleting some species, scientists say. They are also trying to make shark encounters less deadly with measures such as bite-resistant materials and electronic deterrents. Some bite-resistant wetsuits may reduce injuries and blood loss, the most common cause of death from shark bite, according to New South Wales-funded research by Flinders University professor Charlie Huveniers and his team.
Obviously, if you can avoid people and sharks being at the same place at the same time, they're not going to get a chance to bite people. And that can be achieved, obviously, ideally through an enclosure, and that may be the only way to really eliminate the risk of shark bites, but that's not going to be feasible for all activities like surfing or diving, for example. But there are also other ways that you can reduce that overlap through, for example, early warning systems. You can have some aerial patrols or drones, or even these real-time listening stations that can detect tag sharks so that people can be made aware when a shark is in the area and evacuate the water if necessary. But there's still going to be times when people and sharks will overlap and will be next to each other. So the next step is to then try to reduce the likelihood or the probability of a shark bite. And that's where this shark deterrent comes into play.
More than 1,280 shark incidents have been recorded around Australia since 1791, about 260 of them fatal, according to a national database. Though still relatively rare, fatal attacks do appear to be on the rise, with 56 reported deaths in the 25 years to 2025, compared to 27 deaths in the previous quarter century. But how best to protect people from sharks is a sensitive topic in Australia. Authorities have deployed a multi-layered approach, deploying drones fixing acoustic trackers to sharks so that they can be detected by listening buoys near popular beaches, alerting people in real time with a mobile app, and stringing up old-fashioned nets. Drones have become a key resource, spotting more than 1,000 of the predators in the past year as they prowled New South Wales coastal waters.
This study was funded by the New South Wales Department of Primary Industry and Regional Development and enabled the testing of this material that people were coming up with and suggesting would reduce the injuries from a shark bite. And initially, I actually was a bit dubious about how some kind of material would be able to withstand a shark bite from a large 4-meter or 5-meter great white sharks. But I was generally surprised when we compared this bite-resistant material to standard neoprene at how much that new material was able to reduce damages and therefore injuries that people could get from a shark bite. But again, it's not going to be foolproof, and there will be a situation when a shark might still bite a person, and that's where good and quick emergency response, but also this bite-resistant material can come into play in terms of reducing the severity of the injuries that can then provide more time for the emergency services to get to the victim and also reduce how much time it takes to recover from a shark bite.
Researchers say shark lives too need protecting. Globally, about 37% of oceanic shark and ray species are now listed as either endangered or critically endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, a global database for threatened species.
What we found from talking to medical doctors that have dealt with shark bite victims is that the main trauma or the cause of death is not crushing injuries, but it is blood loss or the loss of a limb or tissue loss. So if we can reduce that type of injuries, if we can reduce blood loss, we can actually save life, but also reduce that recovery time as well. I would happily say that Australia is at the forefront of shark bite mitigation measures.
While sharks may instill trepidation in Australia's waters, official data shows drowning is a far bigger risk, killing 357 people in the 12 months to June this year.